The third principle of motivation is value development. We believe that people tend to do those things that they believe are relevant and important and significant for them and their success. It's absolutely critical that you teach why every concept is important and relevant to that child. Because if the child sees that that's important for me and my success, then they're going to invest energy into learning that particular concept. So it's absolutely critical that you teach why it's important to learn to add or subtract, or learn to spell, or write, or read. Every concept that you teach, you need to think about before, and why it's important for that child to learn it, and to teach that child. We believe values are the guidance system of behavior, and it's important that you teach values, that you teach a child to be loving, to be kind, not to do those things that he knows are wrong, that violates himself, other people, or destroys property. It's critically important that you think through how you want to teach each one of these things. Values are the guidance system of behavior. And a principle of motivation is people tend to do those things that they believe are relevant and important for them and their success. So academically, every concept that's taught must be initiated with a value development input statement, so the child knows why he ought to be learning it and why it's relevant for him and his success. Now in the Kirkwood program, before every new concept is introduced, I come on the computer and talk to the child about the relevance and the importance of learning that concept. And during the multiple exercises that the child has, on many of those exercises, I will talk about other relevant values in terms of spiritual growth and development, of loving and respecting and being aware of all of the hard work that parents do in showing love for that child. We talk about interpersonal relationships. We talk about care for the environment, values that he needs to live by. It's absolutely critical that we teach those things, and we teach it in a loving and supportive environment. This is the most important thing that you can do, that you meet the nurturance needs of the child, that you create a loving and warm environment for learning to take place. Because learning will not take place if there's a hostile, cold, a drab environment. It's incumbent upon you as a teacher to actively think about how you're going to create an environment that that child can learn in. Also embedded in many aspects of the program, we will have inspirational quotes from prominent spiritual leaders: Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King, Billy Graham, and political leaders: George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, JFK, people with wisdom that can share and minister into the life of that child, values taught by significant other people. A lot of times values are taught after the fact, after the child has done something wrong within a particular situation, and that's good and necessary. But as a teacher, I want you to think through how you're going to teach values, when you're going to teach it, and have a systematic scope and sequence of the values that you want to teach. Now, one of the good things is they're built within the Kirkwood program, but you don't have to use the Kirkwood program. You can use anything that you believe will best meet the needs of that child. The most important job that you have is to meet the needs of each child. First, spiritually, second, socially, emotionally, and third, academically. So you can prepare and help to lay a foundation that will enable the child to develop the skills necessary for success in this world, and also the character qualities that will enable that child to be an instrument of the Lord, doing good, making this world a better place.